the parts of America where we find the highest rates of divorce, teen pregnancy, spouse abuse, alcoholism, and porn addiction are in the most religiously conservative, Bible-centered oriented places in America. Where most people, the vast majority of people claim they're saved from their sin, that's exactly where the people are struggling the most with sort of traditional forms of sin. Why is that? I suggest to you one of the reasons is because we are trying to teach how to live a Christ-like life based on what God revealed 2,000 years ago and completely ignoring what God's been revealing for the last 500 years through all forms of evidence. That's why I'm not putting down the Bible, but I am lifting up evidence as modern-day Scripture. Evidence is divine revelation. I sometimes call it God's evidential word. We need to both value the Bible, but also lift up God's evidential word. That is what reality is revealing through evidence. And when you ask young people, here's another painful thing. Young people are abandoning the faith of their parents in record numbers. The last statistic I saw was 1,200 young people a day in America leave the church and don't come back. And the vast majority, when you ask them, why are they leaving the church? The conflict with science is one of the most important reasons. There's about 4 or 5 reasons, but the second most important one is the conflict with science. I think that will evaporate. In fact, one of the things I encourage all ministers and priests and rabbis to do is to subscribe to science news. Occasionally meet with the science, like once a month or so, meet with the scientists or the science-oriented people in your congregation and get them to help you interpret God's evidential word in ways that inspire your congregation. The TEDx talk that I did 2 years ago called Why We Struggle and Suffer, it was all on evolutionary psychology and brain science. I had 3 evangelicals come up to me, because this is in Grand Rapids, Michigan. This is a really conservative part of the world, right? I had 3 evangelicals come up to me after my program, within 2 hours of my program, independently. And all 3 of them said basically the same thing, which was, I was a young earth creationist until I heard your presentation. Now I've got to accept evolution. I've just got to do it in a God-honoring way. In fact, one young man, he's probably 22, 23, he said, I always thought that evolution was about Darwin, DNA, and dinosaurs. I didn't know it was about how to live a more Christ-like life and have healthier relationships. See, this is God's evidential word.